Welcome back, everyone. This is Toasty, aka DD Eric, and today I'm going to be talking about and reviewing Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. So, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is kind of like a sampler platter or something to kind of whet your appetite for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which hopefully will be coming later in 2018. So, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is basically an 8-bit version that certainly harkens back to the NES Castlevania games in many ways. So initially upon seeing the game, of course, visually it looks extremely similar, but of course updated to 2018 standards. And it's actually really fun. It definitely has that same platforming gameplay. There's lots of enemies that are very similar to the classic Castlevania enemies, such as everyone's favorite, the Medusa heads. It's got the classic mechanic of where when you get hit, you get pushed back a little bit, and sometimes you'll be knocked off of cliffs and into a chasm that will instantly kill you. The game is very interesting because it has a system where you actually can switch on the fly between 4 different characters, and each of them is completely unique. I definitely like Miriam a lot, who is basically your classic Belmont. She has less health, though, but a very nice long-range whip, and she also has a nice high jump and a slide. Then you got another character who shoots bats and can turn into a bat, just like Alucard. You have the default character who has a short range like dagger / sword attack, but attacks very quickly and also has good HP. And then you also have Alfred, who's he's an alchemist, they call him in the game. He's basically like a sorcerer. He has a cool flame shield as well as a really powerful icicle shot, but he has very low HP. So yeah, I really like the variety that the 4-character system brought up. It's also cool that if one character falls down, a chasm and instantly dies, it's not really just game over. It's just that character is more or less knocked out until the rest of your characters die or you beat the level. So that's pretty cool too. Definitely in general, this game is much more forgiving than the traditional NES Castlevanias. I was actually able to finish it with 10 or 11 lives left, whereas the NES Vanias, that's definitely not happening. So yeah, if you're a super purist to where the game needs to be hard as nails, at least the standard normal mode of this game is not for you. Upon completing it, I did see that there was a nightmare mode, so maybe that'll be much similar to the traditional NES Vania experience. So yeah, graphics are great. The music is fantastic. I was really hoping it would have the, just the EGA style DS and 3DS style games where the music is just outstanding, and this game definitely does not disappoint. So it definitely does great on that end. The controls are great. It definitely does not have... It feels a little stiff, but it's very responsive. Again, it's what you'd expect with a 2D platformer in 2018. It took me about 2 hours to complete on normal mode. I also saw there was a casual mode and, as I mentioned, nightmare mode. So I'm sure those would be much more... Well, the nightmare mode would be much more involved. So for a $10 game, I'd say the value is definitely fine. It's definitely... Controls great. It's a fun thing. It's actually cool. I pre-ordered Bloodstained on Kickstarter and actually picked that I want everything on Switch, so it'd be nice and portable. But apparently the studio producing the game did not get the console codes yet from, the console platform holders. So what they did is if you pre-order the game on console, they actually gave you a temporary Steam key, which is how I was able to enjoy it. And I believe those are good until June 5th or so. So I think that was an amazing thing that they did, so that everyone on the same day could play it on Steam, even if you didn't actually want the game on Steam. So overall, I think I'm going to give the game 8.5 out of 10. With the only main downside of the game being it doesn't do anything new. Everything it does has been it's ground that's very well treaded. It's very established, and it does everything that it tries to do very well, but it also doesn't really bring anything new to the table aside from having the switching between 4 characters whenever you want mechanic. But it's definitely, I think it greatly succeeds in what it's trying to do and kind of sating everyone's appetite for the 2D platformer for when the main course of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night comes out later hopefully in 2018. There is no actual set release date currently as of May 2018. But anyway, definitely check it out. Let's give it 8.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching and listening. Peace.